lucky. And I say lucky because I have a partner who I know loves me and wants me to be happy and was willing and able to change. And so we did the work to figure out what equity looked like in our relationship. And I can tell you now, 3 years later, that we are happier than ever. Our kids are...
She's lying.
Kids are thriving. Our home runs like a well-oiled machine. And that took a lot of work. I want to say it took like 18 months to get there. And it was well worth it. But it is not uncommon. And so if your wife is coming to you and she's saying, I'm burnt out by the mental load and I need you to do more, she's not just saying that because she wants you to do more chores. She's saying that because truly it can hurt your relationship. It can ruin your marriage if you do not participate in an equitable way in your home. And so what does that look like? What does it look like to change these dynamics? But we need to really assess in our homes what the work looks like. Because in most homes, the data supports this, women do a disproportionate amount of work.
Is this
they
what
just
you
do. They do more of the cooking and the cleaning and the laundry and the childcare while also working full time.
This is an American Douchebag Productions.
Good evening, fam, and welcome to Mr. O with the Info, the O Files. I'm your Skreets Journalist, Mr. O with the Info, bringing you what you need to know, but you ain't here for me though. Bringing you the raw scoop on the solipsistic nature of the modern Western women. Tearing through America, these women hail from non-traditional corners, literally, armed with laissez-faire morale, looser than a thrift store's belt. And they're dismantling marriages faster than a clearance sale at a divorce lawyer's office. Tonight, we're dissecting the delusions of left-leaning women and left-leaning liberal feminists and traditional right-leaning conservatives. Two sides of the same chaotic coin. So buckle up, cuz we're roasting both. And I'm here right in the middle. A free-thinking, straight black man holding a mic and truth. Let's hit these Skreets, or at least the X tweets, my good people. First up, Exhibit A, we got Candace Horbacks, no pun intended, who went viral with a video tweet that's got the internet, social media buzzing and going a little crazy. She's dropping a quote, "A woman's love language is not having to ask," calling it brilliant while talking about considering divorce because a man ain't stepping up. Dig into her background. She's a podcaster, go figure, who used to be in an adult industry. So typical. Now she's a mom of 4, 3 months postpartum, and still feeling like her man's dropping the ball.
Almost 20 years, but about 3 years ago, I was strongly considering divorce, and I want to talk to you about why. So I'm going to tell you the story of the day where I thought to myself, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. My husband and I had 4 kids. We both worked full time. We had been together for 16 years at this point. We've been together since high school. And on paper, I have an amazing husband. He is incredibly supportive. He's kind. He's loyal. He's a great dad. He's very hands-on. He's an active participant. He's always present. Like on paper, What else could I ask for?
What's the point?
But in
What's the whole point of being in a
reality,
relationship and
my
you got put up
experience
with
is very
this?
similar to the experience of other women.
Huh?
I had this amazing husband who on paper was great, but I was incredibly frustrated and burnt out from our
Becky's and
marriage
Karen's
and
gonna
from
be the
motherhood.
devil.
Because what happens to
She's mad he ain't taking out the trash or reading her mind. Girl, he ain't a sidekick. He's a husband. That's solipsism at its
He's
finest.
incredibly supportive, he's kind, he's loyal, he's a great dad, he's very hands-on, he's an active participant, he's always present. Like on paper, what else could I ask for? But in reality, my experience is very similar to the experience of other women. I had this amazing husband who on paper was great, but I was incredibly frustrated and burnt out from our marriage and from motherhood.
Expecting him to be her personal genie while she's rubbing the lamp of her own ego. Exhibit B. At Hannah D. Cox, no pun intended, whining if I live with a man who felt like another child. More housework, no help with the kids. I be out so fast, it'll make your head spin. Her man's a lineman grinding 40 to 60 hours a week while she's tapping away from home. She fires back. She makes more money. Oh, so his sweat don't count.
Motherhood. Because what happens to so many of us is that we marry these amazing men and we have amazing relationships and then we have kids. And when we have kids, women tend to carry a disproportionate amount of the work in the home, the work of raising kids, and the mental load. And that is exactly what happened to us. About 3 months after my fourth baby was born, I remember looking at my husband and saying, I need more. I need you to do more. I am exhausted. I am in charge of everyone and everything in this house. Every night when we cook dinner, you ask me what to make. Every day when you drop off the kids at daycare, you ask me what they need in their backpacks. I am the project manager of this home and I need you to do more. And he looked at me and he said, okay, just tell me what to do. Right? Every woman has heard this. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And I said, okay, something that would make my life easier is if in the mornings when I came downstairs with the 4 kids, because I do mornings by myself, the dishwasher was emptied, the dishes were put away, and the trash was taken out. That would make my life so much easier because when I've got the 4
paychecks are fatter. Her role, her rules, his efforts, just a background noise. Then we got At Godly Womanhood, preaching traditional vibes. One tweets all bring back biblical femininity. Next one is pushing some holy homemaker fantasy. But check the fine print. These traditional women want a man to bankroll their Proverbs 31 cosplay while they're scrolling Insta for likes. I told one, you want a godly man? Better whip up a godly pot of pot roast. Cause right now, you're serving godly excuses.
Because when I've got the 4 kids running around and the baby crying, I can't be looking for their favorite water bottle in the dishwasher. I just need to know it's clean. And he said, yeah, of course. What? Yeah, I'll do that. That's no problem. And so, of course, he does it. But then I have to remind him, and then he forgets, and then I have to remind him again. And there was this one morning where I woke up and I went to put something in the trash and it was overflowing. And I went to get my son's water bottle and it was in the dishwasher with all the other clean dishes. And I felt so disrespected and unseen and unvalued at that point in time. And I remember texting my husband being like, what happened? Like, why didn't you?
Let me go on a rant, if you will. Liberal feminists scream independence louder than a bullhorn at a rally. But When the rent's due, they're like, where's my provider? Independent till the bank account blinks. Huh? Traditional conservatives want a 1950s script. Man brings home the bacon and she fries it up. But they're too busy trying their man's nerves with TikTok tantrums. These solipsistic women got demands thicker than a phone book. Do the dishes. Pay the bills. I said, he's paying the mortgage, baby. Scrub a skillet and call it teamwork.
Like, why didn't you do this? And he said, sorry, I was running late for work. And I remember thinking, oh my God, he doesn't see me. Because what he's done has now made me late for work. And he doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about the impact on me. And he doesn't see how every single thing in our home happens because I ask him to do it, or because I do it myself, or because I planned and organized it. The diaper bag is full because I filled it, right? I put the wipes in there. And I felt so frustrated. And I remember thinking, what's the point? What's the point of doing this with someone else? I might as well just do it alone. And it's not because my husband didn't love me or he did anything to me. And it's not because I didn't love him, but because I felt so taken advantage of in our relationship. And this
They holler equality like it's a battle cry. But when a check drops, it's, oh, you're the man. You got this. Equal rights. Let's see some equal fights with that bill. Ladies, to marriages today is less of a vow and more of a shakedown. Solipsistic women holding the ring like it's a ransom note. Solipsistic women got expectations higher than their heels. Be my rock, I said. I'm a rock, not a boulder. Roll your own baggage, baby. They'll say, I'm a modern woman, but they're modernizing your debt. Guess they're building a future for their future credit card company. Left-leaning women want equality in the streets. But in the sheets, it's you take the lead. Equal to the mood strikes, huh?
relationship. And this dynamic, it doesn't happen by accident, right? It's not like my husband did it to me, but we've been raised in this society that tells men and women who they should be in marriages and what it looks like to be a good mom versus a good dad. And we know the bar for moms is way up here and the bar for dads is way down here. And we fell into these norms. We fell into these roles in our family, despite the fact that we never wanted to. And I'm lucky. And I say lucky because I have a partner who I know loves me and wants me to be happy and was willing and able to change. And so we did the work to figure out what equity looked like in our relationship. And I can tell you now, 3 years later, that we are happier than ever. Our kids are thriving. Our home runs like a well-oiled machine. And that took a lot of work. I want to say it took like 18 months to get there. And it was well worth it. But it is not uncommon. And so if your wife is coming to you and she's saying, I'm burnt out by the mental load and I need you to do more, she's not just saying that because she wants you to do more chores. She's saying that because truly it can hurt your relationship. It can ruin your marriage if you do not participate in an equitable way in your home. And so what does that look like? What does it look like to change these dynamics?
Now, fam, as a free thinking straight black man who's seen the game from both ends, I'm here to gaslight y'all. Straight society's busted. Liberal feminists peddle empowerment, but crumble. Fucking crumble when the Wi-Fi's out. While traditional tradcon conservatives play saint but live like a sinner. Both are solipsistic, trapped in their own headaches, and still blaming men for their mess that they made. I caught one at the hotel desk one time, sobbing. He don't help enough. I said, he's clocking 50 hours. You're clocking complaints from the couch. Maybe he's tired of carrying your ego and the bills. But nah, she's too deep in the bubble to see it. Feelings over facts every time. So, what's the move? Brothers? MGTOW and SYSBM. Save yourself, black man. Don't lock down these solipsistic women, left or right. Catch and release and play the field and keep your peace. The liminal feminists will bleed your pockets dry while quoting Gloria Steinem.
But we need to really assess in our homes what the work looks like. Because in most homes, the data supports this, women do a disproportionate amount of the work. They just do. They do more of the cooking and the cleaning and the laundry and the childcare while also working full time. And men have more time for things like their hobbies, like golf, for example, or just working out, running a marathon, right? And so we need to have hard conversations about what our time looks like, what our labor in the home looks like, what is invisible labor. We have to talk about these things. And when we don't, the alternative is that you no longer have a marriage, or you don't have a happy one at least. And so I share this story because I don't think I'm alone in this experience. And I want people to know that there's hope, and that if you have a willing and able partner, you can change this. You can absolutely change this dynamic.
And the traditional conservative will bleed your sanity while quoting scriptures. I say, fellas, dodge the storm. Let her blow through someone else's life. You're a boss, not a crash pad for a crash dummy. Keep your empire tight and your mind right, because solipsistic women do not need apply. And that's the word, man. Modern women, left or right, are solipsistic women torching marriages with their delusions. MGTOW, SYSBM brothers, catch and release. Shout out to Black Ram 313, Gerald Tito, Dr. BOA, and AC, accountable commentary. Stay free. And I'm Big Unk, Mr. O with the info. Give me what you need to know. But you ain't hear from me though. Subscribe, hit the bell. Catch me live Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, preferably at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And to the solipsistic women out there, want a real man? Bring some real effort, or keep swiping left. It's Mr. O, peace, and I'm gone.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want you to donate, you can sock it to my pocket at Cash App, $MISTERO070. And you can hit my email if you want to go ahead and get support the content.
This is an American Douchebag Productions.